Let's review perimeter, area, and circumference. Perimeter is the distance around a polygon. Area is the amount of space covered by a polygon. To determine the area of a figure, use your formula sheet. Circumference is the distance around a circle. Let's find the area and perimeter of each of these figures. Area of a rectangle, our formula sheet states that we're going to do length times width. 9 is the length, 3.5 is the width. 9 times 3.5 is 31 and 5/10. And the units are millimeters, and area is always squared. Be sure to rewrite your answer in the blank given. Perimeter for a rectangle is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Again, the length is 9 and the width is 3.5. 2 times 9 is 18. 3.5 times 2 is 7. You do get a calculator for this lesson. 18 plus 7 is 25 millimeters. Perimeter is not squared. Area of a square, the formula sheet states S squared for side squared. The side length is 4. 4 squared, which is the same as 4 times 4, is equal to 16 inches squared. Make sure you transfer your answers to the blanks provided. Perimeter is going to be 4 times S, or 4 times side. 4 times 4 is 16 inches. Remember to transfer your answers to the bottom of the box. Let's look at triangles and circles. For the triangle, put a triangle there so you guys know the difference. The formula sheet states to find the area of the triangle, you put 1/2 base times height. Remember, the height is from the bottom of the triangle straight to the top of the triangle. No slant. So you get 1/2 times 13 times 9. Once you type this into the calculator going from left to right, you get 58 and 5/10 yards squared. Let's transfer this to our given blank. For the perimeter of a triangle, you just add up all the sides. 13 plus 9 plus 16. This gives you a total of 38 yards. Remember, perimeter is not squared. Let's look at the parallelogram. The area of a parallelogram is base times height. The base of this parallelogram is 25. The height, remember the height is from the base straight to the top of the triangle, is 9. 25 times 9 is 225 feet squared. The perimeter of the parallelogram is very similar to a rectangle. 2 times length plus 2 times width. Once we fill this in, we get 2 times 25 plus 2 times 9, giving us 50 plus 18, which equals 68 feet. Remember, you want to take this triangle here and you're moving it to this side of the parallelogram to give it a shape of a rectangle. This is why you use the same formula as a rectangle. Let's take a look at the circle. Now the diameter of this circle is 8, but the radius of this circle, I'm going to divide 8 by 2 to get 4 feet. The area of a circle is pi r squared. We're going to use 3.14 for pi. R is 4. 4 squared is the same thing as 4 times 4. Once I multiply all this out, I get 50 and 24 hundredths feet squared. Now let's find the circumference. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. You can also use pi times d, but since we already know the radius, we're just going to keep the radius. So 2 times 3.14 times r, which is 4. Once I multiply that from left to right, I get 25 and 12 hundredths feet. Let's talk about complex shapes. To find the area of a complex shape, first subdivide the shape. Second, determine any missing measurements. Third, calculate the area of each small shape. And step 4, add or subtract the areas of each small shape together to determine the area of the composite or complex figure. In example 1, I want you to find the area of the shaded region. So we have to find the area of the rectangle, which is area equals length times width. So the area would be 15.3 times 7.8. When I multiply that out, I get 119 and 34 hundredths feet squared. My circle, the area is pi r squared. So the area is 3.14 times 3.9 times 3.9. You want to take this 7.8, which goes all the way across, and divide that by 2 to get 3.9. So the area of the circle is 47.759 feet squared. Since you just want the shaded region, you want to subtract 47.759 from 119, to get your shaded region of 71.5806 feet squared. In example 2, Drew has a rectangular deck that is 25 feet by 16 feet. In the center of the deck, there's a circular hole that the tree is growing out of. The hole has a diameter, which goes all the way across, of 10 feet. What is the area of the deck? So we want to find the area of the rectangle, which is area equals length times width. So that's 25 times 16 will give us a total of 400 feet squared. The area of the circle, which is pi r squared if the diameter is 10, the radius is 5, so 5 times 5, to give us an area of 78 5/10 feet squared. Now you want to subtract the 400 minus 78.5 feet to get an area of 321 5 feet squared. Looking at the last example, why don't you pause the video and try this one on your own. You will need to divide this into two sections, the larger rectangle and the smaller rectangle. In order to find out the minimum square feet of carpet she will use, you want to find the area of rectangle 1 and rectangle 2. Rectangle 1, the length times the width, is 18 times 9 to give you 162 feet squared. The rectangle 2, 9 minus 12 is 3. Okay, and then 18 minus 12 is 6. So the area of rectangle 2 is going to be 6 times 3, which is 18 square feet. To find the total area, you want to add 162 plus 18 to give you 418 to give you 180 square feet.